Hey, my name is Brandon. Currently doing a bachelor's for geomatics in order to get licensed. Um, I found that it is really hard trying to find any information on certain kinds of calculations that are a little bit more, I don't know. I during this one semester that is finishing up right now, I found it really difficult to find examples on certain problems. So it took a long time, but I found an example. But the issue was that it was in a PowerPoint presentation in the middle of it, and it's just I don't know. It was just a lot to find just how to answer one problem. And this right here is one of the examples. So there are videos for how to do single proportional measurements. There are videos on how to do double proportion measurements. I couldn't find a video on how to calculate the center quarter corner coordinates. And I said that right because I'm reading it right there. Um, so like I said, I found the PowerPoint, and at skimming through it, I found an example. So I did this. This is one of the problems for my class that I was in, not my class, but the class I was in. And I got the correct answer, and I'd like to just make a video to show how you know they showed how to do it and how I got the correct answer on this and the exam that had a problem similar to this. Not the exact thing, same thing, but problem similar. So I'm gonna get rid of the video. I don't know why I even have my video on it. It looked dingy, but whatever. So if anyone is watching it, hopefully it helps you out. Um, I plan on trying to do more surveying type videos anyway because I can do more field stuff than I can do the calculations part. So um, anyway, video is going away. I'll talk as I go. Apologize if I curse. I can't help it. I'm sorry. But anyway, let's get to it. All right. So for the center quarter corner, the thing that I kept reading was saying things about the protraction or proration, whichever the word was, but essentially you need to have the north quarter corner, the east quarter corner, the south quarter corner, and the west corner, and you need those to intersect. So let me first start by labeling these, so we don't get them mixed up or not knowing what the heck we're looking at. So Control C, Control V. Nope, of course not. It could be too easy. So I'll just do this. It's the first time using this, so if it sucks, I apologize. I'm not used to doing any of this, but like I said, I just can't complain about not having a way to answer a problem, but then not try to help other people. You know, the hell was that? Anyway, and west quarter corner. So everything I read basically said you absolutely had to have these. And what we are going to do is I'm going to, this is going to be, oh, here we go. Can we make a straight line? Yes, we can. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to make a triangle, right? If I can grab this damn thing. Come here, you little bastard. Right? Come on. There it is. So we're going to grab this, and we're going to first start. All right, don't do this to me. No, it's not what I want. We're going to first start by essentially making a line. I wish I would have tried this out more. This is terrible. Creating a line basically from the south quarter corner to the west quarter corner. And we have all the information we need because we have the northing and eastings for basically everything that we would need. So what we need to do first is we need to calculate for the distance between here. And then we'll also calculate for the bearing that is. And that's going to be the major part of this. So once we have this, we're going to continue moving on, but that's the first part of this. So let us, like I said, I'm going to have to use the text box because this is way too much. So essentially what we're going to do is we need the change in northing. So I'm going to say C dash N, change in north. I don't have a delta symbol on here. So C change in northing equals. So we're going to do the south minus the west for the northing, or it doesn't really matter as far as if it's negative or not, as long as you understand the direction it's going to go. And just by looking at this, you could tell, okay, it's going in the northwest direction. So it's going to have a negative connotation to it. But as long as you understand that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put in 4998.7326. That's the northing for the south quarter corner. So 4998.7326, and subtract it by the northing for the west quarter corner, minus 7636.0259. Right? Now, you get out your calculators, and I'm actually gonna have to do this right here because I don't have it. I have it, but where's the fun in that? 4998.7326 minus 7636.0259. And I'm getting a negative 2637.2933. Okay, so we're going to add another text because I'm going to break this up a little bit. So this is for south to west, right? Because we want to make sure we understand where our answers are coming from, right? So now we have another text that we need. All right, now this is going to be the same thing as before, but now the change in easting equals parentheses. Now, just to make sure that we're not getting it confused, let's make sure we use the same reference. So we subtracted the south minus the west. So let's do the same thing. So the southeasting is 7614.0897. Now I like to, my words get all mixed up, so let's look at it again. 7614.0897. I'd rather reread it 2, 3, 4 times and get it wrong. Minus 5004.6007, 5004.6007, right, then equals, again, we're going to do it right together, 7614.0897, 7614.0897 minus 5004.6007, okay, and I'm getting an answer of 2609.489. And I just have a TI-83 Plus calculator. I had a better one that was able to calculate for angles by just plugging in the degrees and the minutes itself, but I have to do a little differently because of that. But now we have our change in northing and our change in easting. So we're going to calculate for the distance for that, right? So we're going to add another text box. By the way, the writing on this is atrocious. I've never been good at writing on here. So I'm going to hurry up and say it now. So you know how to calculate for the distance. You square the change in northing and you square the change in easting and you square root that. I don't have a square root button. So what I'm going to be using, right, is raising it to the 0.5 power. So just letting you know that ahead of time. If you see that, check and make sure this is still recording. Yep, we're still good. So if you see the raise to 0.5, you know what that is. I don't want you to get, confused or anything like that. So distance is equal to parentheses. So the negative 2637.2933, and then that's going to be raised. That's the raised symbol to 2 plus another parentheses 2609.489. 2609.489 raised to 2. Now, those are adding to each other. Now, we're going to raise to 0.5. Okay? That is, you can check it in your calculator too. That is how I do square roots for on here because I don't have a square root symbol again. So, now that's going to give us our distance. Right? So, move that out of the way. So, 2637 point, sorry about that, plus parentheses 2637.2933, and you don't have to include the negative symbol on here because like I said, it's when you square it, it's going to be positive anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, and then we get a huge old number, raise it to 0.5 or square root it, if you have that function, and I'm getting the distance of 3710.0847. Right? So I'm using 4 decimal places because that's what he uses in this problem. So I'm just trying to use the same type of, rounding and everything like that. Sorry, a little coffee sip. Okay, so now we have the total distance. Now we have to calculate the angle. Now, for the angle, we're going to do a tangent inverse of the change in easting, which we got, divided by the change in northing. Now, again, we don't have to include the negative, okay, because we know the direction it's going. We know it is going northwest. So whatever angle we get, as long as we apply that bearing to it, we'll be fine. So tangent inverse, again, I don't have a way to do that, so parentheses. So the change in easting is 2609.489 divided by the 2637.2933. Right? Now we calculate that tangent inverse, parentheses, 2609.489 divided by 2637.2933. I'm going to do it one time without it and then another time with it, with the negative. So I'm going to second enter, and then I'm going to insert that. Negative. Yeah, all it does is it changes whatever answer you got into a negative. So, but either way, as long as you yourself know that it's going in the northwest direction, just apply that. So north, and I'm going to do, I know it's 44 degrees. Oh, man. So, degrees. Sorry, y'all, and I apologize. It's going to look goofy looking. Like I said, I have to calculate it manually. 0.696375 times 60. We're going to say 41. This is going to suck. Minutes. And then 0.7825 times 60. And we're going to round that up because I'm getting a 46.95. We'll say 47. And I can do the second symbol. I can do the minute symbol. What's wrong with me? Looking like a goofball. Pretty sure. Alt 01. All right, I'm going to try this. Alt 0167. Oh my God. Alt 0176. 0176. All right, we're going to look it up because I know there's a way to insert it. 0176. Yeah, I'm right. Just move that. 0176. Huzzah! Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. You know what? With a little bit of Googling, we can figure out anything. Except for apparently this fucking problem. Alright, anyway. Again, I apologize for the cursing. So now that we have the bearing for this line and the distance, right? We now need the bearing for the north line because we're going to make a triangle. So I'm going to show basically what we're trying to do. Where's the line? There it is. So, of course, can't even grill this thing. So we're trying to make a little triangle here. Now, we already know this triangle is not going to be a perfect triangle, right? Oh, come on. I'm looking foolish. Right? So we can't just use any like regular like right angle triangulations because we know it's not going to be a right angle. All right. So right now we have the bearing and distance for this line. So now let's work on the bearing for the north-south line. So now we have this. Let's make a little box. Is this going to block it out? It is not. Look at us. We look great. So now we have the south to west stuff. So let's make another text. This is going to be not north to south. Okay, so another text. So we need to do literally the same thing. We need to do a change in north. So C-north. Again, apologize. I imagine I can insert the deltas like I did before, but I ain't worried about that right now. So the change in north for this one, we're going to do the northing for the north quarter corner, which is 10,280.3212, 10,280.3212 minus the south quarter corner northing, 4988 4998, my bad, 4998.7326, right? So yep, and then we hit the equal sign, and we're gonna have 10280.3212 minus 4998.7326, 4998.7326, and we're gonna get a distance of 5281.5886. So again, this is the northing difference from north quarter corner to south quarter corner. That makes sense, because usually they're supposed to be about 80 chains, you know, because it's a full section right here. And it's saying it's section 15. So yeah, so this would be 40, this would be 40. So that makes sense. That's pretty close. So I trust that. So that's a big thing you want to do, is make sure it makes sense. You know, don't just accept any answer and just think like, oh, it's okay. You have to be weary of everything all the time. So I like to try to make sure what I'm looking at makes sense. Because if that had said 2000, well, I know that's not right, so I must have wrote something in wrong. And easting equals, all right, so we're going to again do the same thing, 7618, 7618.1717, 7618.1717 minus 7614.0897, 7614.0897. That looks good. See, now that you can see this, you can clearly tell that this north quarter corner is to the north, obviously more north, but more a little bit to the east of the south quarter corner. So if we are going to calculate for this, we know no matter what, right? We know no matter what, the answer is going to be somewhere between, as far as easting is concerned, it's going to be somewhere between this. So if you get an easting that's way the hell over here, closer to the east quarter corner, you did something wrong. Or you have it more west of the south quarter corner, then you know you did something wrong. So that's a good way. If it's a multiple choice question, you can already start scratching out possibilities, you know. But that's for test taking skills. I want to actually have a video that shows how the hell to do this. Checking, making sure it's still recording. Look at that, we're at 17 minutes. I apologize, I'm trying to hurry up. So 7618.1717, 7618.1717 minus 7614.0897. Ooh, yeah, 4.082. All right. So we don't need the distance, the total distance from this one. So we don't have to do this, but we need to get the bearing. So the tangent inverse is going to equal the change in easting divided by the change in northing. All right, 5281.5886, and that's going to equal, we know it's going to be a north. So tangent inverse 4.082 divided by, I'll move my mouse, 5281.5886. All right, so we know it's going to be 0 degrees, 0176, yeah, times 60, 2 minutes, and 0.6569 times 60, 39 seconds. All right, and that's to the east. All right, I didn't even put this one on here. You gotta be joshing me. Aha, okay, good. Well, figured that out now. Okay, so now we have the bearing, so we can, I wish I could just Control C, Control V. Yeah, of course not. You know, it'd be too easy if I did that, right? But, you know, life. Oh, think. There we go. So now we need to do from the west quarter corner to the east quarter corner, or, you know, however other way you think would work. So another text box, Control A. So this is east to west. East. I thought you said west. All right, sorry. So, same thing. So, we're literally solving this together, so I apologize. But that makes it more fun. So, we're going to go from east, 7642, 7642.6827, 7642.6827, minus the west corner, which is 7636.0259. 7642.6827. 76. Apologize for the lisp I have. 7636.0259. Yep. Equals, so we'll subtract that. 7642.6827. 7642.6827 minus 7636.0259. All right, yep, that makes sense. 6.6568. A lot of sixes right here. 6568. It's really testing my ability to not have a speech impediment right now. So now change in easting. So change in easting, we're going to get 10,241.1944 minus 10,241 minus 5,004.6007. 5,004.6007. All right, 10,241.1944 minus 5,004.6007. 5236.5937. 5236.5937. Awesome. All right, so we're almost more than halfway. I know that. So tangent inverse is equal to change in easting 5236.5937. 5236.5937 divided by 6.65686568. All right, and that's going to equal change inverse 5236.5937 divided by 6.6568. Okay, so we're going to say it's coming from west to east because that's going to make it a positive, easier to write. So north, 89, alt 0176, cool. And then 0.92754 times 60. I know you hear me trying really hard not to have a list. 0.6524 and 39 seconds. Okay, so we have the bearing for all of this. So now we have to calculate for the azimuths for these angles, because what we are going to use is the law of sines, which I'm going to draw this out. So this is just to show the law of sines part of it real quick, because I think it, once you see it, you're like, ain't no way it's that damn easy, but it is that damn easy. So this is, ooh, good God almighty, don't do that. Like I said, I've never used this program or any program before. So we have this A. All right. Oh, come, really? That's what you wanted me to do? A. And this is the distance. So this is the angle of A, and this is the opposite distance, right? So this will be B. And we'll make this here. Oh, not you. Get out of here. Must be little b. Here. Let's make another one. So the good news is we only need to calculate for 2 of the azimuths, right? And while I'm finishing this, why don't you think about which ones those are? God almighty. While I struggle. Here we go. Okay. So the law of sines tells us, see, I should be able to, tells us that A divided by sine of big A is equal to B divided by sine of B, right? And then so on and so forth until C, right? So we need to know this distance right here, which I'm going to put a label on and call it X, so we know what we're looking for. We want this distance. This is what we want, right? We have this distance, So we need to calculate for this angle, so this azimuth, and in order to have this, we also need this interior angle. So the west corner area angle we need, right? So from west to east, we need this, and then the intersecting um, south to west bearing, right? So we need to calculate that interior angle and then north to south bearing. So I'm going to draw it out real quick. This whole thing, what are we at right now? 25 minutes. I am trying my damnedest to make sure this isn't that long, but unfortunately, life. I can't fucking shit stain. Come on now. Oh my god. I'm going to lose it. There it is. Okay. So we're going to do the first one. Sweet God. Help me. So we're going to do the first one, right? Which is going to be the most difficult one, right? So we have this bearing. I need to get a couple extra lines. I can't draw this myself. So we have this coming this way, right? This is where it's going to intersect. Oh, come on now. Come off of it. Oh yeah, there's... Alright, learn something new. Don't do that. So this is, my angle to be able to calculate my... Now, so this line is going to represent my bearing of north 44 degrees, 41 minutes, 47 seconds. So that is from, and this, oh man, we're going to see how this goes. That is that. Oh, look at that. That is, it's not great. Okay, so that is what this is. Right? So that's there. The other angle we need, right, is going to be from the west to east one. So we got, or east to west is what we labeled it, but that's north, and look at me, I didn't even finish it. Come on now. I didn't say I was a scholar, so please take this with a grain of salt. I at least know that I got this answer right. So we know that this is northeast. So this is north, south, west, east. We know that this is going to be coming. Come on now. Oh, sweet God. Oh, come on now. We know that that is going to be like right here. It's going to be really close, right? Please just let me grab it. Thank you. All right. And we know that the angle that we calculated for is actually coming from continue this line forward, there, right? So in order for us to calculate this, we need to find this interior angle right here. This is what we want, okay? So I'm just going to get straight into it. You probably already have it solved by now. All I had to do was just show you the process, and you probably already finished it, which is fine. So we know first we need to take 90 and subtract it by both sides. So 90 alt 0176 minutes 0 seconds minus 44 alt 0176 41 minutes 47 seconds, right? And I'm gonna get a little note of the text so you know how to solve these. So there's going to be 89, there's going to be 60, but then comes 59, and then that's going to be 60. So we're going to do 60 minus 47. All right, so we know the seconds. So we're going to put some placeholders, 0176 minutes. And so I subtracted, so obviously you know how to calculate these, 89, to give this one 60, then cancel out 0 seconds. So 60 minus this 47 is going to be 13 seconds moving forward. The 59 minus 41, 18 seconds. And then finally the 89 minus 44 will give us 45. So now this is that angle right there. So just draw that so we don't forget it. Bada bing. All right. So now we need this one. This top one. So I'm going to reuse this one because now you saw how I did it. And we need the 89. It's going to be 89. Oh, wrong way. 55. What the? And 39. Right? So same process. This turns into 89, 60, but then we need another for the second. So it's going to be 60 minus 39. It's kind of blanked out there. I don't know what that was about. Right? So 0076. Oh, Alt 0176. 00 minutes. And 60 minus the 39 is 21 seconds. Moving left. 59 minus 55 is 4 minutes. And we know there's going to be 0 seconds because that'll be 89 minus 89. So now this is there. Finally, all we got to do to get this interior angle. Well, let me move this because this is only from here to here. There. Don't want to confuse myself. So now what we want to do is add up those two angles, and that'll give us the interior angle for over there. So that means I'm not even going to go into the process of it. You know, it's going to be 45, 0176, 18 plus 4, 22. Could have just done that myself. 21 plus 13, but I mess up a lot. So this is that interior angle, right? So I'm just going to put this over here. I'm going to line this up with just maybe the sine of A, right? And this, I'm going to change this to, yeah, I'm just going to keep this A. All right, so I know. So now I want the angle that is over here, right? Which is the area for the center quarter corner, right? Because we have this distance. This one's for over here, the 45, 22, that's for over there. So now let's draw it again. Let's see, here we go. So let's move, just let me grab you, thank you. Move you over here beside it. Like I said, we don't need to do both. Thank God for that. So let's get an idea of what this is about to be. All right, so we have the east to west, which is going to be that 89 again. That's fine. And then we need the north to south, which is 2 degrees. Okay, so that's perfect. So we already know what plane it's going to be on. It's going to be in the northeast quadrant. Both of them are. So this one's a big ass fucking line. All right. So let's get a couple more lines. Thank you. Rotate it. So we know one line is just going to be, just ridiculously small. It's going to be like right here. Right. It's just going to be a small angle. The other line, which we already done, is also going to be ridiculously small, but coming from the other way. Right? Now, all we want is this interior angle. And like I said, the first one was more difficult. These are a lot easier. Right? So all we have to do here is take that 89 degrees and subtract it from the, 2 minutes and 39 seconds. So like I said, this one will be a lot quicker. So again, I'm not even going to deal with the actual full-on calculation, so I'm just going to write down what that angle is, right? So we take the 89, and we know it's going to be 89 still, Alt 0176, and we take the 55, and we minus the 2 minutes, right? 53 minutes, and then finally we take the 30. Wow, these are going to be, it's going to be 0 seconds. No shit. Okay, so we know it's going to be 0 seconds. Right? Okay, so now that we've calculated this, we can put this over in, we'll just say this area. It really doesn't matter too much. Right? We know this is going to be there. So now, I'll just move this whole damn thing. Nope. Cool. That's what I was wanting. I didn't want to move it. I can't move it. Oh, you shit stain. All right, well, that's where it's going to be, and we're going to deal with it. So the final step, kinda, is we need to get that distance x. And I say kinda because then we still got to calculate the northern and easting. Okay? So using the law of sines, we have this angle right here is at 45 degrees. So we know that that is going to be, we're going to say x divided by sine of 45, 22 minutes, 34 seconds, right? And we know that that is going to equal the distance that we have calculated already, this line right here, 3710.0847 divided by the sine of B, which we calculate as 89, all 176, 53 minutes and 0 seconds, right? So we can cross multiply, okay? And with that, we will get an answer for x. X equals, right? So we'll take, like I said, I got to do this weird, so I apologize. 3710.0847 divided by parentheses sine, parentheses. Like I said, I got to do it strange. 89 plus 53 divided by 60, right? So I took 37. You don't have to cross multiply. You could do it like just calculate this and multiply that sign out. So I calculated this by dividing this, which is going to be pretty dang close to nothing, or the same number. And then I'm going to multiply it by the sine of 45 plus 22 divided by 60 plus parentheses 34 divided by 3600. Right? And that's going to equal 2640.5960. 2640.5960. Now, this isn't the final answer, but let's think about this. So this x, right? What we just calculated was essentially this line here, right? And 2640, let's think about it. This would technically be considered 40 chains. So 40 times 66, converting it to feet, 2640. 2640.59, that's pretty damn close. So that makes sense. Now, we need to calculate for the northing and easting coming from the south quarter corner, right? So all we have to do that, okay, I'm trying to remember, I think it's northing is cosine. So let's get a new text in here. Okay, so northing is going to equal, and this is coming from the south quarter corner, right? 4998.7326 plus, because we're going up, so you have to think about that, plus parentheses cosine parentheses, and we have to use the north to south bearing that we calculated, which was 0, 2 minutes and 39 seconds, right? And then multiply that by the distance that we just did, okay? So we're essentially doing the reverse, trying to get the change in northing now. We're trying to get these numbers over here now. So 4998.7326, correct on that one, plus the cosine of the angle, 0 degrees, 2 minutes, 39 seconds, times the distance we just calculated. All right, so the northing, 4998.7326 plus parentheses cosine parentheses 2 divided by 60 plus 39 divided by 3600. Oh shit, fire. Okay, and okay, so this is the easting. See that I always get the northern and eastings mixed up. And oh yeah, because I'm a dingus bat. Nope. Hold on. I didn't even multiply it. I apologize, everybody. I'm doing my best. So times that by 2640.5960. Yeah, that's got to be the change in easting then. All right, so let me do this a little bit differently because like I said, I always get the cosine and sines confused for whether they're supposed to be for northern or easting. So let's do this. So cosine 2 divided by 60 plus 39 divided by 3600 times that by 2640.5960. Yeah, no, it is cosine. All right, so I tried to skip too many steps in my calculator. It's smart, but it can be stupid too. All right, so yeah. So 7639.32 7639.3278, 7639.3278. All right, so let's think about this. All right, so we know the northern for the north quarter corner is 10280.3212, and the south corner is 4998.7326. All right, so obviously we can tell that that is in between. So I trust that it isn't way more north, but let's also look at the east quarter corners and the west quarter corner. So the west corner is 7636, and the east quarter corner is 7642. So that's also in between there. So we're also in line for this, for the intersection. So now that makes sense. Okay, so now we're going to calculate for the easting, and it's going to be from the south 7614.08997, and we're going in the northeast direction, right? Plus parentheses sine, wrong way, sine parentheses. So same thing, 2 minutes 39 seconds in parentheses, multiply that by the same thing, not 05, sorry, 5960, try not to mess up. Okay, so let's see. It's hard to just calculate it regularly, so we know it's going to be 2 divided by 6. Again, I'm having to do it the weird way. I apologize, y'all. Okay, so then multiply that by 2640.5960. Okay, now add that to the 7614.0897. Okay, so 7616.1252. So now let's think about this. So this is saying the easting is 7616.1252. But let's look at the north quarter corner easting, 7618. That's 7616. Okay, that it's not past it, but let's make sure we're not to the west of this one. For the south quarter corner, 7614. So that seems about right. So total, we were 4 feet, like basically moving 4 feet east, and about halfway, we're only moved 2 feet east from the south quarter corners. That, to me, makes a lot of sense. So, both of them, cool. So this would be my answer right here, these coordinates over here. Now, coming back this way and turn on the camera, why not? I know that's been a long video. I tried to be as fast as I can, but also wanted it to be real and calculated there with you. I'm going to turn off the window capture because I'm going to pull up what answer I got on for this exact question to double check that. So give me 1 second. You get to see my goofy face. All right, so let me just come in here real quick. I just want to double check it for y'all because the last thing I want to do is, you know, be over here acting like everything's great, but I'm wrong. Let's see. Okay, 7639.3457. We got 3278. And obviously there's going to be some issues with the rounding, but I mean, being what do I have? 34 and I have 32. 200's difference. That's not bad. And then for the easting, 7616, 1252, 13, and 100's for the. Let me bring this back up. So if anyone wants to see it again, get my goofy face away. Look at me. I'm gonna be down here now. Cool. Right there, where I want. So yeah. So like I said, hopefully that'll. You know, and that was when I did the exam and we had a problem like this. That was one of the things, is like my answers were like 4 thousandths off. So rounding is going to be a big problem, but you use your best judgment. Because I mean, if you're 200ths off from what it's supposed to be, I mean, the pipe that you would be setting, you're not going to, if you have to set it for that center quarter corner, it's not going to be an issue there. But if you're looking at A, B, C, D answers and you look at one and you're like 100th away from it for both northern and easting, that's your answer. You probably rounded too much or not enough in one section. Again, I apologize. This is 45 minutes. In my mind, I thought it would be like 20 minutes max. But hopefully this will help y'all out. Hopefully, y'all will be able to do this by yourself. And, once you see it, because once you do it one time, you're like, okay, this makes a lot of sense. It's not that bad. But just remembering, some of the issues and checking, like, what makes sense. I mean, like I said, for the northing, you can't be too far north between the west and the east, because then that's not possible, because you're trying to use that line as your base for the northing, and then the same thing for north south. You can't be too far east to north or too far west of south or vice versa, whatever, because it's just there's a math problem somewhere. But as you can see, this is the how I did it on the PowerPoint. Or how they did it on the PowerPoint, and I followed it. And hopefully you'll have an easier time finding it. Sorry if it took too long. If you have any questions, I'm not a tutor. I'll do the best I can, but I plan on making other videos for different things. But that's about it. See ya.